All right, my young men of color who are present here with me in this love and support mentoring support talk. I'm so happy and honored to have all of my young men, well, with the exception of Dante, who are part of the program, who are just present to just answer and just have an open dialogue and just chop it up about certain things that men of color go through or just certain things that they're probably experiencing while they're in high school. So I want to first start off by having each and every one of these mentees introduce themselves. They will go with their first and last name, their school, their grade, any accolades, and yeah, we'll just go from there. And if they're part of any sports that are happening at their school. So, why don't we just trickle down from the seniors going all the way down to the freshmen? Let's just keep it at that timeline. Kick us off, mister.
All right, my fault. My name is Jama Woodfin. I'm 17. I'm currently a senior at John O'Connell High School. I did used to play basketball, not currently this year. I've been a part of BSU for about 2.5 years now at my school. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Our junior.
My name is Avion Tucker. I'm a junior at KIPP College Preparatory. I participate in basketball. It's probably gonna be my 4th year. If I play this year, it's gonna be my 4th year playing basketball. And yes, sorry.
Okay.
My name is Amir Tucker. My 10th grade, sophomore in KIPP Preparatory High School. No sports, no accolades.
Yet.
Yet.
What do you like to do?
Huh?
What do you like to do?
Oh yeah. What do you
Cook.
like to do?
Cook.
Ah,
Big cooker. Yeah.
big cooker, but doesn't show up to his cooking class. Got him. Got him.
My name is Cleo, last name Fuller. I'm in 9th grade, and I don't play any sports yet, but the sport I mean is basketball. And I've been in BSU for about 2 years as well. I don't know. Something I like to do is record videos on YouTube.
Nice. We got to set you up for Phil with Phil, man. Get you that tech aspect that we talked about last time. We got to ride that wave again. All right, let's open it up. Let's open up the floor where we just talk about people who look like you, people who you may aspire to be, but people who you probably seen in the world some way, somehow. I want each and every one of you to think of 3 male celebrities who are men of color who are not involved in sports. What 3 male celebrities or 3 known individuals, or I'm sorry, 3 successful people of color who are not in sports? Let's say that. 3 successful people who are not, 3
All right,
successful
I got
men
my
of color
3.
who are not in sports.
I got my 3.
Okay, kick it off.
So my first that came to mind was Kevin Hart. Does that count?
Yeah, of
All
course.
right.
He's not in sports. He's too short.
My second, well, he's not a celebrity, but does YouTubers count as celebrity? No.
What are they successful? Let's say
Yes,
that.
he is.
We're speaking of. Let's change the whole label of celebrity. Let's say successful. 3
All right.
men of color who are successful.
My second in mind, I don't know why. This is just that popped up. Funny Mike. And then my third is CJ So Cool.
Okay. We're gonna tie back to some of these answers. Okay.
Wow. I do have one. His name's Carsonet. Very good.
That should have been mine.
Wait, I couldn't hear that. Say that again.
Name's Carsonet. Very good entertainer. Puts out positive energy for the community. Dang. Another one, really? That's just I feel like he has a good personality. Dang. I really want to say Chris Tucker.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he does have a good personality. And another successful person that probably has a good mindset is Um, man, it's another guy named Batman Kevo.
What does he do?
He talks a lot about, I wouldn't say shortcuts through life, but how to be successful in life.
Mhm.
You know, and so
Those can be identified as like shortcuts because it's like working smarter, not harder.
yeah, so that's what I consider, those top 3 successful people.
Okay, say those 3 names again.
Tyson what was my
Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker and yeah, Batman Kevo.
Doesn't matter who.
I don't have one.
3 successful people. I'll go Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
Yeah. Second one, Denzel Washington.
Stole mine.
Yeah. What was my other one? Oh, it was a woman. I'm gonna go.
No, men.
Oh, okay. All right, man. Yeah, you're right.
It's a woman. He tries to
I
switch
should've
it
said
up.
Yeah, I gotta switch it up.
Yeah, you said basketball.
All right, no.
Basketball.
Let's go with another actor, Michael B. Jordan.
Nice. Okay.
I really don't have one.
Mm-hmm. We'll cut you some slack. Give us one, young buck, since you're the freshman of the crew.
One.
It doesn't have to be somebody modern. Like I've heard all modern names, like relative to like my lifespan cycle. It could be somebody like
The Rock.
somebody. I mean, like if you find him successful, that's great.
Any YouTubers?
Yeah, but I don't be on YouTube like that. You know I have it. Yeah, I'll just The Rock.
Okay. Now, of those 3 names that you mentioned, why do you think they're successful? Okay, what do they do? Like what? Like no, don't just tell me their occupation. Like what makes them successful? Like at what they do. Like what is the recipe? Like what would you say?
No, I'll say
How they
That's
think.
still
Okay.
very bland.
That's like
I
how they
would probably
think.
say the biggest is being their self.
Being themselves. Why do you say being themselves?
I mean, they're doing what they're best at and what they choose to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know too much on it.
Okay.
I would say how they think, how they game plan through life, how they, just plan things through, get it done.
Like what do you think it took for them to get to that point? Like
No, they're failures. They're moments where they've had times where they were down and where they needed to rethink about what they actually wanted to do in life and what's actually successful to them.
one thing you pointed out was just like the failures that they've experienced. And even though this is your 4th year of high school, this is your 1st year of high school, like there's a big gap between freshman and senior year. And through those 4 years, you can probably say this as far as a junior, there are multiple moments where one might fail. It's not just related to grades. It may be like an expectation not met. It may be something like, something minute that's outside of school that happened during your high school career where failure occurred. It's just that, is that a roadblock? Does failure create roadblocks or should it create roadblocks for men of color?
It shouldn't, but for some people it does.
Tell me more about that, Amir.
Some people let failure take them over, as I would say. Like, they think about it too much, or they only think about the failure.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's tapping on something.
Sure. Xavier, were you gonna say something? I heard something popping out.
I feel like you're asking me what is failure, right? Or like,
Should failure be a roadblock for people to be successful?
oh,
Or has history shown you that? Like, what are your thoughts on that whole statement?
Yeah, like Amir said, roadblock is failure to some people, but it shouldn't like it shouldn't really put you in a space where you feel like you shouldn't overcome it or you shouldn't do anything about it. I feel like it should put you in a mindset or a game that there's better ways to really overcome this failure I've just made or this mistake I've just done.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like just thinking more positive than like Amir said, then just trying to stay thinking about the failure that you've done because it's already done and you just got to think about what's next really.
Mm-hmm.
So that matters. What's next?
This is very consistent in our community with people who look like you, with people who are approximately the same age as you, if not a little bit older, who are in their teens or young adulthood. Why do you think it's common for young Black men to struggle? Like, why is it that we are often struggling? Like, whether it be through high school, whether it be through our adulthood life, why are we the main ones struggling? Not to say that other people aren't, but we're predominantly that group, that species that are often struggling. Why is that?
Because most people don't accept for who we are, like our race and color.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for instance, like not saying that you want to like become a police officer, but say like a police went up to like a Black person, they would like if there was a Black person walking by, they would automatically go towards them and be like, oh, it's a Black person. We must investigate, make sure you're not doing anything else. But if it was like basically any other race, it would just be like it was a normal thing. So it's also because most people doesn't accept us for who we are, and we can't really get to that much jobs and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I
Like
agree.
that lens. Go ahead.
I agree. Yeah, the system is set for us to fail, but as Black men, we shall overcome and show them otherwise
Mm-hmm.
of who we really are.
I hear the placement that society has on us, but what about that accountability piece as far as like us owning it?
Yeah, why?
Like why are we struggling? Think about like how you may have struggled or you may have seen someone struggle. Like what's the reasoning behind that you think? Or what could be an element that may have caused that?
Their background, what they deal with personally or mentally. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just a lot, that's what I'm saying, like a whole lot of things really for us Black men, also women, people of color.
Mm-hmm.
That, it's, I don't know, I can't explain it. It's just people go through their mental things that just will throw everything off or that what they have to deal with at home or, the trauma or the poverty or just, all things.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, set for you to fail, you must overcome and show them otherwise.
Are you gonna say something?
My opinion, I would say in this environment that we live in, majority of us Black men come from Section 8 houses. So as we all know, Section 8 houses aren't most wealthy. So like what they were saying, just the background of their lifestyle and where they have came from. So I wouldn't say it's nothing particularly that it's a reason for us Black men to fail.
Mm-hmm.
So I would really just say it's based off on where you come from and
Mhm.
the environment you was raised in.
Being that, just to piggyback off what you said with Section 8, Section 8 is like subsidized housing for, underprivileged or, people who don't have the finances to, live on their own. They need some type of government assistance. But that happens in adulthood. That doesn't happen in your childhood. So like even taking steps back for that person to be in that predicament, like there has to have been some things that have happened prior where I don't know, like the I's were not dotted and the T's were not crossed. And it's just like when you look at the world that we live in, there are so many different demographics all around us. People live differently. There are successful people. There are like white collar people. There are blue collar people, and then there are like underprivileged, underserved areas. Like we all enter this category, but how do we make sure we set ourselves up so that we, as kids, when we become adults, we end up at the very minimum, like the blue collar, or end up at the most successful rate where we're just like living freely and we just have like no worries whatsoever when it comes to responsibilities or financial responsibilities or stresses on living. Like, how do we get to that point? Because like I hear the product being the product of your environment. Like most of you, I mean, like all of you from Bayview. He's from East. You live over East Oakland. What area is that? Oakland?
Yeah.
Yeah,
East Oakland, yeah.
It's right up the street. So like these neighborhoods are not the best. However, it's like you get an opportunity to change that whole cycle as kids because you go to school, then you try to be predominant or a productive individual going to college and making a nice career, creating a nice salary, developing a nice family. Like you're on the road to moving up and changing the path that was created for you. You're changing this whole lane or changing the cards that were given to you. So like I hear what you're saying about like being a product of your environment and where you grow up, but as a kid, you have the opportunity to change the future for not only you and your family. So how do we get to that point?
I say surround yourself around the materials that help you get to that point in life. That's what
When you say materials, what does that mean?
meaning
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Those sound like resources that are around you that you tap into.
yes.
Do you guys have resources that are around you to help you guys be
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
like what?
With
This
you.
program.
Oh, like me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Hey.
Hey.
Not too
Oh,
much.
here. Oh, we're all on the same page here. Nice. So, like, how can this be marginal? How can that gap be marginalized where men don't have to struggle, where men don't have to like stress? When I say men, like these are like adults at this point. Like, how can that be marginalized? What needs to happen? When I say marginalized, meaning smaller, how can that gap of so many men of color, they're stressed and they're like not living their best lives, or they haven't set themselves up for success, or even their families. Like, how can that gap be smaller or become smaller?
Find something that you love to do.
Okay. What is like they love to sit on their ass all day?
No. Find a hobby. See where this hobby could take you. See, and, I would say try a whole bunch of things, like how you want me to be in a boxing program. Just trying new things to really see if that's the road you want to go down. Instead of I know there's people that are sad, stressed, but that's what I'm saying. There's resources or there's programs to let off that certain amount of stress, or to just there's programs that can fix your problems, and depressed, mental, all there's resources.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll say find your hobby or find something that and then bring you at peace
Mm-hmm.
in life and that you're happy with,
Mm-hmm.
and pursue it.
Like he was saying, find a good struggle. What I mean by that is like a struggle that's gonna cause struggle, but would pay off in the long run.
That's deep. Find a good struggle
Yeah.
that'll benefit you in the long haul. What's your good struggle?
Right now, night school.
Nice.
It's a good demonstration right now. It's a pain in the ass, but it's gonna pay off once I'm done.
Why do you say that?
It's gonna help me be successful in college.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a lot of stress now, but in college it will pay off less stress.
So it's like you see the forest through the trees. You're trying to look long term instead of like right now. and,
Right
like,
now,
you know,
exactly.
that's good. Anyone else have anything else to say about that? No? No? You woke over there, Amir? Okay. All right. A few more heavy questions. What makes life tough?
Everything.
Everything. Tell me more. Is it your parents nagging? Is it the workload that you have? Is it the people who are around you? Like,
I would
what
say
makes life tough?
I would say it's a big impact of it is the people around us.
Uh-huh.
Well, not just people you know, people that like you don't know. Like, for instance, high school. Like there's probably like heck of people you don't know, and they could probably be rude to you for no apparent reason. It's stressful because you're probably feeling like you're the odd one out in the whole situation,
Yeah.
especially when you're like a new freshman like me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we have it not too hard right now, not too stressful, nothing too crazy right now. But once we get to adulthood, them bills, it's not gonna be too pleasant, man. I think I'll be stressful off like, bills, having to pay things, responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
But it has to be done.
Yeah. As an adult who once was a teenager, bills are inevitable. You're going to have responsibilities. You have your rent, your car note, your insurance, your health insurance. All those are the good things. But right now, as you are a teenager, you have the opportunity to make those bills less stressful by setting yourself up or putting yourself in a predicament where you can create a salary that allows you to say, oh, this is automatically coming out of my account and I still get to enjoy myself with a little bit of funds that I do have. You don't have to stress. I feel like we stress over the things that are coming in the future because we witness our parents or those who are around us go through that. And you guys are in a situation in life where the resources that are around you, they're here to help you grow, to help you understand that you don't have to have that same path that I once had, that you guys are having, where your parents don't have that much. You can change that by setting yourself up for success by handling your priorities, which is what?
School.
So that creates options. And once that creates options, that can create a path where you go down your passion, where you have this nice salary, where you've created something that you love, a hobby that you love to do, where it doesn't feel like work. But then you also get compensated for it to the extent where you don't have to stress over your bills that are inevitable, that are going to come every single month, every single year. So I hear like exactly what you said. Like, yes, the bills as an adult, like that gets tough. You are in a position where you can train yourself starting in high school to set yourself up so that you don't have to stress, so that you don't have to be in that position where you are just overwhelmed because you don't have. What were you going to say as far as why is life tough?
I was really gonna agree with Amir.
Mm-hmm.
Things are not so tough right now due to because I am a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But there is things that are tough
Mm-hmm.
as a kid.
Oh,
though.
yeah, totally. Tell me more about that. Preach.
For me personally, it's probably not for a lot of people. Just figuring what I want to do when I grow up. It's just probably one of the things that I struggle with a little. I do kind of know what I want to do, but it's not nothing that's confirmed to where I am motivated and ready to get down and get work done and do it. So I'm just trying to find that purpose
Mm-hmm.
and what I want to do.
That's what high school's about. Like, you're on the right path as long as you're thinking about it, my guy. Like you're doing something right. In that process of thinking about it, there are some things that have to be done that align with you creating that purpose. You can't just sit around and say, "Oh, I have a purpose," and I'm looking for a purpose, and not like mixing up the recipe while you're doing it. So you're on the right path. Like high school is about like finding that your identity, yourself. Like why are you here? What are you going to be doing in the future? That's
what I
you're on the
call
right
it?
path.
Call it the double P's.
The what?
The double P's.
Speak up a little bit.
I said, call it the double P's.
Double P's. What's that? P squared. What?
Meaning, like what he was saying about high school. Like, it's a common priority
Mm-hmm.
that you would have to do, but people wouldn't have a purpose of doing their priority.
So
Like-
what do you mean by that?
Meaning, like, yeah, they have to do their priorities, but they don't have a meaning towards doing their priorities. They just know they have to get it done. So,
Mhm.
like, they wouldn't have the motivation to do their priorities. It wouldn't be out of motivation. It would just be out of just doing it.
Yes, but like you said, seeing the forest through the trees of, hey, this may not be something fun right now, but guess what? This is going to pay off in the long haul.
And that's what most black men struggle with.
Oh. When did you get this deep, my guy? Y'all know this person? That's where most black men struggle. But do you find yourself in that boat sometimes?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I didn't start seeing it till not too long ago.
Mm-hmm. Is it an eye-opening or an awakening experience? Tell me more about that. Thank you for sharing too, like for your authenticity. Elaborate.
Yeah, I feel like it's just like a thing as you get older, like you would start to see things different. So I just say it's just a part of life.
Mm-hmm.
You would understand things as you get older.
Mhm.
So that's probably what sucks the most. Once you're like younger like him, he probably wouldn't, see things as I would see things deeper.
Because you've seen a little bit more things than he has so
Yeah,
far.
I have a little bit more experience
Uh-huh.
on this earth.
Ah. It's kind of like relating to how I try to tap in and help navigate you guys and support you guys, because I too I'm a little bit older than y'all, but just a little bit. But it's like I've been there before. Anyone else been in that find themselves in that boat as far as like the struggle, like understanding you have a priority, but it's like you don't really see the vision with the priority?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
I find that I used to find it with school.
You used to what?
I used to, find that with school. It's a priority, but I don't see it through.
Mm-hmm.
I know now it's probably I just need that diploma, But at first I just could not see it through. Just as this was this for, unnecessary time. But it's like, what else would I be doing with that time?
Mhm.
Now that I do understand, high school is, that's what I'm saying. I'm getting a more understanding of, high school is for what are you gonna do
Mm-hmm.
in life, How are you gonna pursue those things that you want to do?
Mhm.
What's gonna help you get there? So yeah, so right now that's where I'm at.
What life lessons do you think are taught in high school?
Responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also communication skills, probably
Mm-hmm.
another one.
Interacting with other humans.
Common sense.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Do you think all the things that you guys mentioned, they're relatable in like the work field for adults?
yeah.
Do you think they are relatable in the character of adults as they like, start to have families or they start to get older?
Yeah.
So it's like, this is like training. High school is like training wheels for what's to come in the future. Like when I think of high school just being something that pretty much helps you understand that no matter what you go through, you have to finish what you start. Because college is the same way. College is very challenging. And not everybody finishes college. They get to college. They can get to college, but they don't finish. And I feel like in the workforce, anybody who's hiring you. They know that any task that's thrown your way is not going to be your favorite. They know that any task that or any job that they give you is not going to be something that you may master. But the biggest question is, are you going to finish what you start? Why would they waste their time or give you a salary over $100,000 or $80,000 when you cannot finish what you're going to start? Why would somebody hire somebody when things get tough that they don't show that they have grit and perseverance to push through and get what needs to be done? So like in high school, it sucks. You gotta finish all these projects, or you gotta do all these exit tickets and all these assignments. And it sucks in college when you have to like have all these projects and you have all these papers due. But the main thing is it's building character. It's building things within you so that you understand you have been trained to finish what you start, even though you feel like it's a bunch of bullcrap, even though it's something that you don't like, because this is going to benefit who?
Us.
Yeah. So like, how can high school be training wheels for you, Amir? Like what can high school train you on? Or what do you find it training you on?
Like, then I gotta think about it.
Anybody else?
High school's training me on really responsibilities. from
Mhm.
What I see now, just how to handle yourself as a person, and how to be prepared.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna throw in overcoming adversity too, overcoming those roadblocks, especially for you, my guy, because your future is going to be so bright when you can recognize that. Because it's already bright, but it's going to be brighter. What's high school training you on?
I got 3 words.
I'm scared.
Holding yourself accountable.
Holding yourself accountable. Tell me more. That's a big word. Accountability.
I mean, as a person, you can't hold yourself accountable on what you want to do in life. And obviously, you're not going to be nowhere,
Mhm.
be anything. So I say just, out of all the skills, I just say accountability is like the one word it makes up for.
Mm-hmm.
It just suits you as a person on what you want to be in life.
Mm-hmm. And as human beings, we are all a work in progress. So even me as an adult, I have moments where I have to hold myself accountable. And I'm growing to hold myself accountable. And I feel like as a high schooler, you are in the process of learning to hold yourself accountable. So if you mess up, okay, build a bridge and we get over it and we move on. Accountability is so huge. I'm so glad that our senior mentioned that. That's pretty dope. I need to put you on, like, get you on your own podcast or something, Mister. You too deep for me. You been hanging around or reading Maya Angelou poems or something? Yeah, y'all know who that is?
No.
Oh my God! Go home and ask your folks who's Maya Angelou. I guarantee you they'll start mimicking her voice, and like this major poet. Oh well, it went over your head, but like that was pretty deep. Okay, Cleo, how do you measure success?
Like what would be successful for me? Like what would be successful for me?
Yeah, how do you measure success? What does success look like for you?
Surprisingly, I get asked this question a lot. I would say successful for me is just being free for what I want to do. Because even though I have not gone a lot of places, I still want to. So like when I become an adult, I don't want to be famous, to be honest, but I want to be a person that's wealthy and can be able to do what he wants and explore the world. So success for me is just like accomplishing things that I want to do in life before a time ends for me.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else?
How do I manage success?
How do you measure success? What does that look like for you?
What do I miss? I don't know. It's probably gonna be a little off track, but I'd probably say have more failure in my life than success.
Mm.
Cause I feel like having a lot of more failures is the only way for you to have better success.
Mhm.
Cause you would, have. Where am I going with this? Like, how do I put this? It sets yourself up for like to better yourself
Mhm.
for your success and on what you would want to do, if that makes sense.
Mhm. I see where you go. It's like you want. It teaches you how to win when you've lost so much. Like, does it feel better? Like,
Exactly. Your losses is your wins.
does it create like more hunger because like you've lost so much? It's just like you're just determined to
Oh
win.
yeah, exactly. It would make you want to thrive more
Mm-hmm.
in life.
Mm-hmm.
So
Do you ever have moments where you feel like that? Like it's like I just keep losing, but I'm about to get this dub some way somehow.
school,
Mm-hmm.
that's how I see school. It's like I'll have those days. It's just like I'd want to give up. I'm just done with school. It's just I don't see the point of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had those days where it's like, F it. I'm just gonna, do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's my last year. That's what I tell myself. I keep that in my mind. It's my last year. So
What's your mantra? Like, what do you say to yourself that brings you peace, but also like motivates you? Like, it could be an affirmation. Like when I say mantra, like what calms you, what brings you to peace when you just like you want to quit or give up, but then you say something to yourself that like allows you to push through.
if you want to be honest, I'd say music.
Mm-hmm.
Music. I like watching, like, rich and wealthy people because it's like it makes me want to have a vision of my life.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what probably motivates me more. It's like, dang, I could have these things if I finish this.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I see music.
What does success look like for you, Mr. Tucker?
Pretty much accomplishing everything you want to do in life.
Mm-hmm.
Succeeding, and yeah, that's about it. Just accomplishing all the goals.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Tucker
Measuring
Squared.
success. Detail that for me. Just define it for me. What does measuring success look like to you?
Me? You
Yeah.
want me to answer that? I look at success as any type of growth in an individual. People measure success on like a dollar sign or like how much they have, how like, I don't know. When it comes to material things, like I look at how much a person has grown and how happy an individual is. That's how I measure success.
I was gonna say,
Because we can only do so much where, we commit ourselves and we devote our time and efforts into something. Yet, what's the outcome? Are we seeing a better life? Are we seeing a better person with everything that we've invested into that situation? And so, like, if growth comes from that, oh yeah, that's how I measure success. If that individual is happy, because we only have one life to live, and in life, personally, I just choose happy. I try to stay as optimistic as possible. Like, if I find myself in that space, then I know I'm successful.
I was just gonna add on the happy.
Mhm.
Just that feeling when you just know you've gotten something done, or something that you've just been supposed to get done, or just something that you envisioned in your head,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's complete. Just that feeling
Mhm.
once you're done.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually how I measure success. Like that just happened probably yesterday to me. So that's just how I know when I'm doing something good, or something's good's happening. Just when I feel good, or when I feel happy.
Do you mind sharing that? What made you happy?
Oh.
Can you be vulnerable for one quick second?
It was really just school.
Oh, nice. Okay, I would love for you to be vulnerable then. Tell us.
I got this one project done.
Uh-huh.
It was good. I in my head, I thought it was gonna be hard, but it was more easier than what I thought.
Yeah.
So when I was complete, I was in a happier space than probably before. So that's why I was like, I just know that happy feeling just brings more positive
Yeah.
energy and positive vibes.
Have any of y'all ever felt like that? Like doing something and all of a sudden it's just like a relief. You feel good about what you did.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling. And it's also like growth because I feel like you grow from that. Like understanding that, oh, what I did was not so bad after all. And it actually paid off, like what I did. And it's going to benefit me. Healthy stress. What do you know about healthy stresses?
What do I know about healthy stress?
Mm-hmm.
What we were just talking about, that's a
Mhm.
demonstration of healthy stress.
Mm-hmm. It comes and it goes and it's not so bad. Y'all parents give y'all chores at home?
Yeah.
Okay, like there are times when you look at that sink and the dishes like maybe full to the top or something like that. Do y'all have that? I know we used to because I mean, there was 4 kids in the house. We just smash everything. And the dishes would be piled up in the sink. And mom would be like, yo, who's washing the dishes? Get over there and wash those dishes. And you look at them and be like, damn, I got to wash all these dishes? Like, I don't want to do it. But then once you start washing them, 10, 12 minutes go by and you're finished. And it's not so bad after all. And you know what? The kitchen looks clean and it looks nice and you feel proud about what you just did. Like that's how I look at like projects and things like that. That it brings back memories to my childhood when I used to stress over the little things, over the big things that were just so minute, so small. And it's just like you don't have to think like that or live life like that because it's all gonna work out. So like I'm happy to hear what you guys think success looks like to you, but because we are all human and like I said earlier, we're all a work in progress and we all have different measures of success. But the key things to remember about when you are successful, are you happy? And what's the other one, Xavier?
Are you successful?
Are you happy? But did you grow from that?
Oh,
Like,
okay.
did it make you grow?
Yeah.
Did it make that's just personally me. Each of you have your own measure of success, which is rightfully so accurate to you. But just keep those things in mind when you think of success. Like we often look at someone's bank account or the car they're driving. Sometimes those people are miserable as hell and they just want a different life. You just never know. But find what success looks like for you and go get it. That's the best thing I can ask you guys. To my upperclassmen, junior and senior, we have a freshman here. What are some tips that you would give this young man while he's in high school? Because he's starting. And mind you, a little background about this cool kid named Cleo Fuller. He is a freshman who had a very high GPA in middle school, and he's aiming to top that GPA by getting a 4.0 or higher while he's at Oakland High. So like he's on the path to success, but sometimes in high school, you know that path can get detoured because of the people who are in high school or the things that are around them. So like what tips would you give this cool cat to stay on track? Because his head is on his shoulders and high school can knock anybody's head right off their shoulders at the drop of a dime. So what tips could you give this guy?
All right, there's 3 tips that I was definitely feeling that when I definitely started, man. It was 2, but really, I give you one advice, just stay having fun, just forever lasting fun. But 2 things that, I was doing, that you should just really focus on. It's really consistency, just knowing when you got that first assignment done, don't feel eased off on the next assignment because you got that one assignment done. You do all the assignments, and I would also say your relationship and communication with your teacher. That's like just probably one of the best things. Try to have a good relationship with your teacher. Anything is going wrong, I would say really talk to your teacher. That's like the best. That's what they're there for. So it's like one of the best options you probably have in school. It's just that help from your teachers. Anytime you see that grade, slip up, talk to your teachers. It's like the best. Yeah, those are 2 things I was really slacking on. Just not doing that work and not talking to none of my teachers about it.
Wait, pause real quick before you go. I love that this young man said that because he's speaking from experience. Like he's living in this moment right now. And it's like, as an adult, if I lived through that and I saw somebody going through something that they could possibly go through what I went through, he's trying to prevent those things that he went through so that you don't have to experience that, so that you can be your best self. So thank you for sharing that, Xavier. That was dope. Okay, go ahead.
I'll follow what he said. The number one is having the best relationship with your teachers. Because if you don't have that, then the size on the books won't be the same. And you'll feel like the teacher is like, is doing things on purpose because of the relationship y'all have. But really, it's probably not. So I'd probably say the relationship with your teacher is the biggest thing. The second biggest thing is I'd probably say connections, good connections. What I mean by connections, not with students, I'd probably say like programs, stuff like that, stuff that could help you get to college and what school. Another one, I'd probably say, like he said, consistency. That's big. Because if you don't stay consistent, slacking is just, that could be a consistency on itself. Like slacking could be its own consistency. You could slack. It's gonna turn into, something you do.
Domino effect.
Another thing I'll probably say is keeping your circle small. Yeah, you can have a lot of friends or be known, but I say keep your circle small because just like having a big circle, you get distracted easy. And I'm saying from experience, I'm a known guy at my school, so I'd probably say keep your circle small. It's a big thing. Less distractions. Yeah, that's mainly it, man. Just having fun. Just enjoy your high school year. Don't put a lot of stress on your hands. It's only stress when you make it stress.
He's not an upperclassman, but what advice would you give to Cleo, sophomore?
Take it more seriously, for sure. Because I used to think middle school and high school, they can't be too different from each other. But once you go to high school, yeah, you on your own after that. So if you failing, you failing. If you don't talk to the teacher, then it's just what it is. So you pretty much have to communicate. Have to see what's wrong for sure. Keep checking your grades, because you don't know if they slip up. One assignment can really bring a grade down for sure. So you just gotta keep doing what you gotta do your work. Pretty much.
Basically, the big word is effort. The effort you put in is the effort you're gonna get. That's the big thing. Effort, man.
There's this book I want to get you guys, especially you, Jama, because you're about to enter the real world. It's called The Secret. And the biggest takeaway from The Secret is law of attraction. What you put out is what you get. Law of attraction. Like the things that you put out into the universe is what the universe brings back and pours into you. Whether it be something positive, whether it be something negative, whatever you put out, it comes back. And that resonates because that applies to everyone's life. So thank you for sharing that. All right, a few questions about you guys in the program. What resources do you guys feel like you should use more? Mm-hmm.
Tutoring.
Why do you say tutoring?
Because I feel like those simple resources can just help.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've been saying, just connections and, who we know and, tutoring just, it doesn't have to really be about the work. It is about the work, but, it's, it can be more.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say tutoring resources actually.
When you say tutoring, are you speaking on a specific like tutor or just like maybe getting more support from your teachers?
No, just Either one, really.
Because I've allowed you guys to do that.
Yeah, I think either one really. Both can help.
Yeah.
But if you feel like you're just not so much on the school side,
Yeah.
tutor.
Mm-hmm. Anyone
Tutor.
else want to chime in? What resources do you feel like you could use more?
Snacks.
That's a need or necessity that you guys can talk to me about.
Tell somebody.
I hope you guys understand, like, this program has been designed for each and every one of you to not need or heavily want for anything. If you're wanting for something, it's because you are not putting yourself in a situation to either ask or to handle to make it happen.
Starve us.
I don't starve y'all. How dare you say that, especially on camera? How do I starve y'all? I bring y'all lunch when I show up to y'all
short
school.
story.
I just gave y'all food. How do I starve y'all?
I'll keep it a clean buck with you.
Please do.
I know you remember this day too, because I told Xavier as soon as I got home.
When?
The day you came up to my school
Uh-huh.
and dropped off only a cold water bottle, I was kind of mad that day. I was kind of mad.
Tell them why I gave you water.
Because I was late to school.
And what did I tell you the day before? I said, hey,
You did say that.
what did
but
I
it's
tell
like,
you though?
I feel like you was teasing me with that one.
No,
You could have kept
I
the
was
water
dead
bottle.
serious. I mean, when I say it, I say what I do. I told this
What
man,
happened? What
if you
happened?
come to school, he's been struggling with attendance. I told him, if you come to school on time tomorrow, I will buy you lunch. I checked, I came to school, and I made sure that, he saw my face. But did he hold his agreement? No. So did I hold my agreement on that? Yes, because I told him I would buy him lunch if he what?
was on
Time.
Was he on time? So he's lucky he got some water to quench his thirst. I knew he was going to be thirsty. And that was very intentional because what message would I be sending?
Where's the hunger at?
No, you should have thought about that hunger when you got up in the morning, when you could have asked me for an Uber instead of taking an hour and 30-minute bus ride or however long it takes.
You're right. We're getting off track.
No, we're not getting off track. We're getting real. We're getting real. So you cannot blame me. There's a strategic way of me handling things. Like, I cannot give you the things that you feel entitled to when it's like you set up an agreement and you didn't hold your end of the bargain. So like that's how I operate 1000%. Like, I will give you guys the world. If you set up something, a goal or something like that, and you accomplish it, you can have whatever you want, whatever we desire, whatever we come to agreement terms with. But like, what message would I be sending if I say, "Oh, you didn't handle your end of the agreement, but yet I'm still rewarding you with something"? Like, that's not how life works.
Hey, that water bottle just had a message. It wasn't a nice one.
And I'm glad you caught it too, because that was very intentional.
Yeah, the water was good though.
It was bust down though. I definitely did. I definitely did.
You said
I
cold
wish I would
water.
have seen the look on your face. when it happened. I made sure I dropped it off with his counselor too. That was so
It was the
intentional.
principal.
Oh, is it? Oh, she
No.
must have passed it on to the principal then. Because I was talking to your counselor. I made sure of that.
Yeah.
What joys do you guys like about being in the program?
What joys?
Like what brings you to a place of happiness or peace? Or what do you like about the program?
Community things that we do.
Yeah, I was like doing this type of stuff, philanthropy work, and
Life skills. Yeah, the things we're doing now.
But answer in more detail. I need more substance. Like,
Well, I'm
what
a
do you
very
like about the
social person, so like when we do like these group community things, I feel like, oh, I'm in a safe place. I'm enjoying myself.
Mhm.
Like how we said earlier, what is like successful, like how you measure it. That's what I would call it, because I'm like happy I'm in a safe place. So
Mhm.
especially as a kid or just as a teenager just now,
Mhm.
I would say like community is a big part of my life. Because
Okay.
I would say if I didn't have a big community, like if I wasn't a part of a big group or just group period, I would probably have a completely different life. Like my life would probably be going way downhill right now.
Mhm.
So a little touch on what he was saying, just healthy conversations. Like I feel like it's just something humans should have, like throughout their lifetime periods, just to have a healthy conversation, like where they could, have a place where they could talk from the heart, talk from the mind.
Mhm.
It's like everybody needs someone to talk to in
Mhm.
life. It's,
Big facts.
Yeah, I'll probably say that's one of the biggest things I do like enjoying here.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else? Amir, Xavier? Did you guys speak already or no? Okay.
I should say, just yeah, like Cleo said, just coming in here doing philanthropy work, being able to be out the house and be with people
Mm-hmm.
that I know and that I am comfortable with. To just socialize and
Mm-hmm.
do stuff like this.
Nice. I want to do more stuff like this, like where we have. I'm so grateful for Phil, our content creator, to open this space where we can do this because I really want to have more moments like this, not only just with you guys, but hopefully we get everybody in the same space at one point where we can like all chime in and.
Pretty big.
We all gonna be dying laughing.
But it's all right. We'll all have a good time. But like we need more moments like this. Like
Not yet.
I have program outings and like, for example, tomorrow, the qualification was for everybody to be passing their classes to go to the 49er game. And those who are going, obviously those who are passing. But I want to have more moments where more big rewards where we can all be in the same space. But I also want you guys to know that what you put out is what you get. So like I'm very intentional with my messaging, as you can see through Jama's story, about like what I'm trying to instill into you guys. Like things are not handed to you. You get exactly what like you deserve. If you're working hard and you're busting your ass, there's no reason why you shouldn't have any and everything that you kind of like want or desire when you're part of this program, because we have like the resources for it. Like if I say no, it's because you've put me in a predicament to say no. So like I want us to get to a space, all of us, to understand like you guys deserve to enjoy the fruits of your labor, but it all is determined on the amount of effort you put in and you invest into yourself. Because I know that you're going to be great. I just need you guys to believe in yourself that you are going to be great because you're destined for greatness. I can see like the forest of the trees. I can see the future of what you guys will be accomplishing, what you're going to be doing in the next 4 years and stuff like that, and even longer. But it all starts within yourself, and it all starts within your efforts, with your priorities that you have to handle. So I just want to close out and say thank you guys for joining this first session for many of you, with the exception of Cleo. I look forward to having more of these with you guys. We're going to break up into one-on-one sessions with Phil, because he's going to ask you guys a few questions. And the same thing like we had here is just like answer authentically, answer with substance, and just have some evidence behind whatever you provide. Okay? All right.
Good.
Thank you guys. That was fun. That
Thank
was
you.
dope.